Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Can't hear anything. There we go. Dan got a little nervous today. We got some people in the studio, and you guys just buckled.
Some gals
Buckled under the pressure. I couldn't hear my music, and I wanted to hear the theme song.
Sorry, girls. They don't see women very much.
Yeah,
so
it's all ladies in the studio today.
Ladies.
Usually, it's a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
It's just an appetizer sausage fest. You know?
It's a real
salami fest out here.
Right.
Some
Lots
real
of bread and butter, you know what I mean?
Bolognese.
Mm-hmm. It's a real nachos Bel Grande around here.
There's a lot of Cinco de Mayo faces here on Seis de Mayo. People, you guys went hard last night. You don't know anything about it, so. Because I only celebrate Seis de Mayo. The 6th is my day. The amateurs celebrate the Cinco.
Yeah, it's mi cultura, so I really, and everyone knows that
Absolutely.
True Mexicans really celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and that's who it's for, right?
I've met your abuelas. I understand.
Sure.
And you're not even close to being like 1% Mexican, so I think we can give up that dream forever.
Yes, but it actually, Cinco de Mayo is my perfect holiday because it's for fake Mexicans. Do you know what I mean? It's not Independence Day. It's not. It's totally Americanized, completely not at all. It's, so it actually makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of amateurs. Last night. Yes. Mostly white people.
Yes.
Mostly white. Because there was a dude I was driving behind on the highway. He was going 26 in a good 75 here on the highway, swerving.
Yes.
And I could see like a Dos Equis can, like just right near the dashboard, and I was like,
"Wow, that's
Cinco." It was so on the money that it felt like you were in a driver's ed class where it was like, "What do you do in this situation?"
Like a sim world situation.
Yeah,
where you're like, "Oh, I'm behind the Cinco de Mayo guy."
Do you speed up and go to the left? Do you honk the horn, or do you call 911? It was one of those where I'm like, "Am I in a fucking driver's ed course?"
Right.
What do I do for this guy? And then I eventually was like, oh, that's right. I don't care about anyone but myself. So I'm just going to gun it, go around him. And then whatever family of 4 he killed later is on him, not me, because I didn't see it. If I don't see it, then it didn't happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I do see it, I'll say something. See something, say something, yes.
Yep.
And it will. Like when I saw that dead guy on the sidewalk, when the paramedics came over, I said, hey, is that guy dead?
Oh, yeah. Is that when you yelled out the window?
Just kind of.
And you're like, hey, man.
Yeah, my power window inside the truck.
Hey, man.
I hit the button, just zzz. Hey, is that guy dead? Okay, good. Are you good? Awesome. I'm gonna keep on trucking. I gotta go to that thing that I was not going to do. And that's what happened. And then the guy was just dead on the sidewalk. R.I.P.
Sure.
But obviously, I don't know. Maybe they brought him back to life.
Right.
I'm hoping they did. But again, if I don't see it, then kind of somebody else's problem.
You don't see it, you don't say it?
Yeah. Kind of somebody else's problem at that point.
Sure.
Starting off with the Liquid IV today. This is, we got
to
put the pieces back together today.
Has to be done.
My God, man. I went accidentally hard last night because you ladies went out.
We did.
Yeah. I got off early and I was like, what do I do with myself? I don't know. Because it's not like I can just roll out solo.
That's what Bob talks about all the time. Like sometimes it just happens. You get drunk accidentally because you didn't have anything to do at your house, and you open up a bottle, and then it's like another one magically open. You know what I mean?
I didn't want to ruin your ladies' night either and call you and be like, hey, I'm lonely. Can I come party? It's the Cinco. It's the Cinco.
God.
And then I didn't want to call you and also say, hey, so I decided to hit the bars on my own. I'll see you later.
Right.
Because that probably wouldn't have flown either, right?
I'd be fine with it. What?
rolling through the streets of Austin.
Look,
Cinco!
Yeah.
Cinco!
It's Cinco de Cinco, actually.
Boy, so yeah, I was at the old hotel. I know, you don't even have to say it in the message boards. I'm down to like 2 shirts, a pair of pants, and a shoe after the flood. So
right.
Work is almost complete on the house, but I'm still living out of the Hyatt House downtown. Day 24, Hyatt House. I feel like that should be a new reality series of just what I do in that little room by myself, not knowing.
I'd watch.
Yeah. No,
Oh, well,
George, I know you'd
Giorgio,
watch.
of course you'd watch.
No, you'd watch. My God, man.
God
Man or
damn
woman,
it.
you're all in. It doesn't. You'd watch either way.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I'm there, and I'm like, all right, great. The ladies are out partying. What do I do?
Right.
What do I do? Why not try a bunch of weird seltzers? You know, obviously we have ours coming out, and there's some other ones that people were recommending, and they were like, give it a go.
You were doing some investigative reporting.
Yes.
Some boots on the ground.
Correct.
You were in the field.
My hotel room, yeah.
Okay.
And then we recorded, I recorded an Uncirced podcast for Drinking Bros podcast Patreon page, obviously. That'll go up this afternoon. Shit got wild on there. Real goddamn wild. And you start accidentally drinking because you're looking at the world and you're like, this can't be real anymore. We're in full sim. And for me last night, it was flipping through the basic cable dials, and Caitlyn Jenner is on, lit like fucking Barbara Walters and the whole shit. Yeah. And I'm with Sean Hannity from Fox, and I was like, what? And I forgot, and there was a crowd.
Why wouldn't she be though?
Well, she's running for governor.
I know, as a Republican.
Right, well, here's the thing, but she's got to go and do the interviews.
Yes.
Like every other person does when they're running for office. I was fully unprepared for all of that to be, like, I thought for sure it was maybe like, oh, I've got a book coming out and this isn't real.
Oh, no.
It's real.
Oh, yeah.
It's raw.
It's real.
And the shit she was saying last night was like the most unrelatable things that you could possibly say to a voter.
Right, but that's been the thing this whole time. Even with trans stuff, where it's like, look, you have the means, you have the
I'm not even talking
money,
about the trans stuff.
I know, I'm just saying, like, that's always been the thing, is like, you don't understand what real life is because you haven't been in it for a very long time. She literally lives on a hill in Malibu and comes down rarely to the Starbucks there, which is where I saw her.
You said she was beautiful up close and personal.
Striking, handsome woman.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I thought Bruce.
Those boobs were good.
I thought Bruce was a handsome man before that.
No, and so it did work. Like when I first, if she was a little shorter, I maybe would have been like, oh, that's
not 6'3".
Yeah, because that's
in
just
heels?
and the shoulders
6'6"
and
in
the
heels.
Yep. But
It's
she had like a really cute like sundress.
Good for her.
Her hair was great.
Fun
the
and
weave
flirty
was on
Malibu.
point.
Yeah.
She looked great.
But so last night, at the exact moment I turned it on, he was like, "Why are you running for governor?" And Hannity's just sitting there going, "What the fuck, dude? What am I doing? Is this real?" And she looks at him. She goes, all my friends are leaving California. And when I was at the hangar the other day, I'm sorry, the airport hangar. She goes, another friend of mine was packing up all of his things inside his hangar and put them on the plane and said, I'm going to Tucson. I'm not living in this state anymore. There's just so many homeless. And I busted out laughing because I thought it was a bit at first. And I was like, so the reason you're deciding to run for governor is because your buddies at the airport hangar are stepping over homeless people as they get outside the mansions for you to get on your private jet to go live in the state over?
What she's saying is that it's finally come to my front door. And before it did, I was fine with it. But they've set up tents all the way up the hill of Malibu, and now she's got to do something about it, right?
Got to do something about it.
Has to now, because they've finally come to the airport hangar. Right?
When you start dropping all of my friends from the airport hangar, look, whoever's been on PJs before knows this, Jabes, clearly. I've never been on one.
Okay.
I've never been on one. Nah, I've never been on one. You blew it. You blew my cover.
Really?
Yeah.
That's super surprising.
It is, actually.
My bookie had that 2-1.
Easily. I'm famous. I'm important. What the fuck? How have I never been on a PJ? I don't even have the right to call it a PJ. I shouldn't have breathed that shit.
No, not at all. But you have been to Hawaii.
Yes, I've been to Hawaii, as us locals call it, Giorgio, because as every white person knows, once you go once, you have lived there forever. Hawaii. Yeah, when you're down to, I've shot on plenty of airport hangars. There's 8, Jesse, 8 to 10.
Of what?
Airport hangars.
Okay, yes.
8 to 10 tops. Mm-hmm. The level of rich you have to be to have an airport hangar where he's talking about.
Fort Wainimi, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the relatable part about this is like your 8 to 10 buddies were tired of stepping over homeless people.
Yeah, like every article, every meme was just like, protect my private jet, please. So, it is what it is. She's always been that way. We'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, I don't look.
It's one of those things that, again,
it'd be great. It'd be classic California. If it happens, it'd be so great.
Nothing surprises me, usually ever, but not anymore for sure, right? Like, nothing surprised me.
I'm still hoping I get like an absentee ballot in the mail from like one of my old addresses in LA, and they send it to me, and I'm just gonna check it off. I just want to see what happens. I want to see the world burn, and I'm all in on that. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But she started crying last night. And at the end of the interview...
About the private jet.
Yeah.
Sure.
About all of it. At the end of the interview, it was great. It was a great walk-off moment. She goes, Hannity goes, why do you think you're ultimately doing this? What's the thing? And she goes, well, I talked to God. And he said that I was ready for this. He said that I was ready to do this. And she goes, Bruce wouldn't have done this. Wouldn't have had enough courage. Would have been worried. But Caitlyn does. And I was like, that's it.
Oh, I love it.
Campaign slogan.
I love it. Bruce wouldn't have had the courage, but Caitlyn does.
I'm here for all of it. Let's do all the things.
But, I just don't think we think about what rich people go through enough. Do you know what I mean?
No. And that's all I really care about. Because everybody's talking about the homeless thing in Austin. They're cleaning that up. And it was just like, God, do I not have to see that in front of my face?
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat bars of gold, and I'm checking my crypto accounts. Like, can you just move your fucking dents? Stop being so dirty? Like us, it is just a different world. And I hope hopefully people understand,
Yeah.
Me and my buddies at the airport hangar we're fed up with it. We're fed up with it. James, you went out last night with the ladies.
I mean, get over it, dude.
No.
Okay.
You were a great wingman. However, you had a friend, a little buddy with you who was not so good.
No.
And then you ran into Papa G last night, Papa Giorgio.
We did.
And he wasn't with his girlfriend. All I heard was this, Giorgio. She walks home or drives or did you fly home? Did you take a PJ back to the hotel last night?
I took an Uber, but...
Oh, you took an... Okay. Whatever you did, okay?
Sure, yeah.
She comes home, and she goes, Ross, you're not going to believe it. Giorgio's all grown up. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, he was with the fucking hottest girl in the entire bar last night. And I was like, Giorgio? I thought he was...
Why are you so surprised?
I thought he was gay.
I mean, I haven't brought a girl around this entire year I've worked here. You guys have seen none?
So that's
none.
why I didn't... That's why I didn't come over to you, because I'm like, all right, he's with the girl...
No.
I didn't tell him I was going to be here. I don't want to blow up his spot. Be like, what's up?
Yeah.
So I didn't. And then I was kind of like, oh, hey, whatever, leaving. And
then so I asked him this morning, hey, man, congratulations. You got a little lady in your life? And then you said ex-girlfriend. And then you guys said, oh, well, it's recycling season.
It's recycling season, which we were talking about last night as well, which is the only reason I said that, because that's like 2 conversations I was having about people being like, God damn, like, it's hard out there for a pimp, dating sites, whatever it may be. Summer's coming. We're not really sure. Are we allowed to hang out? Are we not? Whatever.
Yeah.
So the conversation comes up of like, man, I just might fucking call my ex, right? Like, or the one that's just comfortable. You recycle through every once in a while.
Sure. So
I think that's the season. It seems to be.
I have
everything I'm hearing.
When you told me, I have a different opinion on it, and of
course you do.
I want to run it by you guys. That's all I'm going to say.
We rarely agree. Go ahead,
Jesse. We're a house divided. Okay.
Always. Always.
Sleep in single beds on the single ghost beds in different rooms.
You guys, that is my dream.
I know.
Someday it will happen.
She has this alarm that goes off at 7:57, hoping to go into bed at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, not one prayer on this earth. Woman, is that going to happen? You're sleeping at 8 o'clock.
Bedtime alarm.
Yeah. With the recycling season, though, here is my reasoning, okay?
Okay.
So during this COVID stitch that is still going on, will probably go on for the rest of our lives.
Sure.
Everybody cuffed up. And they were just like, all right, sweet. Who's left?
Well, when we were locked down.
Right.
Yes.
Who's left? Who do we got, right?
Yeah.
And then the other options were the other people that kind of felt free are still wearing half mask, can't really see their entire face. And then sometimes you pull the shit down and it's just a goddamn, it's the fucking Stranger Things beast, that rips out and sucks your face in. That happened to me with a doctor. I'm not going to say who it was. I was like, oh my God, there's a mouthful of nonsense in there. It looked like a goddamn car crash.
Sure, the mask is good for some people.
It is. And I think they'll keep wearing it to keep up the charade, if you will.
Right.
But the people that have been trapped inside who cuffed up and were like, fuck it, we're riding out this COVID thing together. We're just going to bone and things are going to be fine. This keeps going on over and over and over again. Next thing you know, you're a year into this. And you've essentially moved in with someone, lived with them.
Yeah.
You know all your movements, all your fucking weird, dirty habits and all the other shit. And now that it's warm outside, people are getting the vaccinations, rolling out in the streets, partying, waxed and vaxxed. You go out in the world and you're like, oh, fuck. I didn't like that person at all. That was just literally the only person left. And I had to bone them. And now I can do whatever I want and get the fuck out of here. Maybe my ex wasn't so bad. And then you go down that road.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's always the danger of thinking about your ex, right?
I don't.
Or dating weirdos. No,
well,
I know you. I would hope you didn't.
Yeah, James.
We're not talking about us.
Okay.
We're talking about the single people around us.
Yeah.
And we've just got our finger on the pulse.
Yes.
Nose to the ground.
Grindstone.
Ear to the, you know what I'm saying.
Headstone, you bet. All of it.
The thing where we know what's up.
We've got our hands in the blender. It's on frappe. We know everything
but
we're
we're
doing.
not thinking of exes, whatever.
Right.
But I do understand the going back to something comfortable when you've been like hanging out with weirdos or whatever. You have a string of bad dates. You have whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You go, well, at least that one was comfy cozy.
Even Affleck was,
Even Affleck was hanging out with J-Lo. So it's just this season.
It is.
Garner's getting back with her.
Oh, yeah.
Old boyfriend, right? So it's like
Jennifer Garner, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just in the air. Giorgio.
So Giorgio.
Giorgio's really got his finger on the pulse.
Right. This is where we lead to Giorgio. What happened last night?
We started the evening off with a nice Matzell Rancho takeout of chicken and beef fajitas.
We don't want to know how you started
You skip all that.
We don't want to know how you started it. We want to know
how you
lay
ended together?
Not last night, no.
Okay. What'd you guys do? Just good convo.
Yeah, I mean, we had
fun.
We had
some
nice
Popeyes
dinner date on the porch. Went out to see Paul Vall at Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Sure.
I went up and did some comedy. Took a nice Uber home, and then she had to work earlier this morning.
Okay, gotcha. So, are you guys going to revisit this relationship, or what's going to happen there?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I think
there's your answer.
Yeah.
We solved it. We did it.
She's more of the one that got away, like kind of like the tease, but you never really dated or broke up. And then
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, you got the approval from Jesse. Jesse was like, Jesus, he was with the hottest girl in the entire bar last night.
And she
that place
was
was fucking
sweet,
packed,
and she
too.
liked me, which is always a good trait to have, right?
They would be friends. I think they would really enjoy
We would
each
be
other's
friends.
company.
Oh, yeah. All right.
The thing that I look for in a person is if they really, really like me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then we're good.
And if they enjoy the show, in particular you,
Yes.
then you can be friends with them.
Then we can be friends.
And it's all fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because I just need to feed my, crippling sense of insecurity and low-level depression.
Sure.
So that kind of helps me first. Because then I don't get nervous or feel like, oh my God, do they like me? I know they do.
It's perfect. Yeah. And I enjoy that too, I enjoy when people just know me already and they're like, hey, man, way to go, Ross. You big dick son of a bitch. Fucking A, man. It just makes the rest of the world easier,
Right.
It's the people I have to put up with in real life who don't, where you're just like, man, this would be a lot easier if you just knew,
Right.
You just fucking knew. And that's the thing about fame and all that other shit. I don't really fucking care about getting a Lambo or any of that other bullshit. All I want is just like, can I just skip the line here at fucking Starbucks today, or do I have to sit like I'm in Handmaid's Tale?
You are cursing a lot.
What do you mean?
It's a lot of it's a lot of cursing.
So what's what we do here, James?
You need to put respect on the St. James Street James name.
Yeah.
And if you're not addressing the man by his proper title,
jarring.
I just...
My God,
It's
Jesse.
jarring.
You act like you've never done this show before. I am
I'm
a handful today. I'm all hopped up. We got Araceli's in the studio today. She brought in some mimosas. So whenever Daddy starts drinking this early, congratulations, you're gonna give my best self all day long.
And you're gonna call yourself Daddy.
Yeah.
Which is always fun.
And you're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee
God.
it. I'll Men's Warehouse it all day long.
Thanks for bringing the mimosas, Araceli. That was
You're
really good
gonna like
idea.
the way you look. I guarantee it, Araceli. But since she is here today,
Yes.
lovely, sprightly. I was not expecting this Araceli today. I was expecting a little hungover, but you popped back real quick.
No, she stopped drinking and then just started dancing, which is always a good idea.
Smart.
Yeah, water
Smart.
and salsa.
Yeah,
dancing.
Flew out here with one of her buddies, and she. What do you call? It's not cock blocked. What do you call that for ladies?
Oh yeah.
What do you call that?
Twat swap.
Twat swat.
No, that's probably not going to fly.
Wow.
That's not going to stick probably on the wall.
I like it.
What is it? Twat stop?
Swat?
Swap. Like swat. Like you swat it away.
That's hard to say.
It is. It's
Twat swat.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it is. We'll workshop it. Sometimes it lives, sometimes it dies.
I'm not the writer in the room.
No, it's fine.
I'm just trying.
It's totally fine. I like it, but
So-
what happened last night? Because I don't understand why you would do that to a lady who is taking care of her madre because she's Spanish.
All I'm gonna say is boat shoes.
Was there a guy with
white boat shoes?
Oh, that's right. Can I say that? You told me last night.
That what? He was wearing white-
Homegirl didn't. She goes, no, you can't hook up with him. He's wearing boat shoes.
Oh, it was intense. It was intense. She's
You
like,
know-
I can't even look at you. I can't. She's like, I can't even look at your face. I can't even take anything you say seriously because of your shoes. And then kept asking him like, okay, so but like, what is the deal with the shoes? Do you have a boat? Do you know what I mean? So it's just like,
do you
they
own a
look
boat?
like bright white orthopedic boat, like nurses' shoes.
Yeah.
Look, it's one of those things.
Can I stick up for the guy in this sitch?
Of course you would.
No.
But
hang on. Boss ass move wearing white boat shoes, no socks, to a bar that had 500 people spilling drinks all over each other. He was that confident in his own shit that he was like, nah, dude, these boat shoes are going to be clean by the end of the
It didn't read
night.
that way. It really didn't read that way. And context is everything, I feel like, right?
It sounds like there was something else wrong with the guy. Was he missing an eye? Did he a limb?
No.
Was he?
Yeah, he was fine.
Was he quad? No. Quadriplegic?
No, he was fine.
Okay.
He was fine.
He was under 6 foot.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So that's
Except for the boat shoe, right? He
Oh,
was totally
there's
fine,
a bunch.
but
There's a
the
bunch of
boat
ladies back there.
shoe-
Is
Look,
the
they're
boat shoe not
all
flying?
on our side. They are all on our side.
Oh, she said yes. She was good with the boat shoe. You
good
were
with the boat shoe?
What do we got here?
No, I'm telling you though. Exactly
If it comes
right.
with a boat, yeah. Did you ask? Did the guy have a boat? No, he didn't have a boat.
He didn't have a boat. Like a Sperry.
Yeah, like a Sperry. The Sperry boat shoe. It's
Yeah,
fine.
they weren't brown and they weren't like a blue denim or anything. They were white. I just can't. I always
And
judge a man
big.
by his shoes.
Yeah.
They can't be
It was
dirty
like a cross between
and they can't
a
be white.
slipper, a boat shoe, an orthopedic.
Okay.
It was confusing.
White boat shoes matter. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, they
It
do.
matter. White boat shoes matter, and I will stand up for that. I will march
And
in
I
the streets
don't
for white
love,
boat shoes.
I actually don't love going after little things like that, right? I think that's the problem with dating right now is that you go, boat shoes. And he could be a great guy, right? You know what I mean? That
Really handsome, great smile,
Exactly right.
everything.
Yeah.
But I just
So-
PhD from Harvard Business, probably works at a tech company down here, and then your best friend said, "Don't hook up with my friend. You're wearing white boat shoes."
no, that wasn't for me. That was for
was for
Ashley.
Oh, no. I met Ashley yesterday. She
the guy
deserved
that we met was, he's a cop here in Austin, and actually he's a drinking bro. He was very cute.
Yeah.
Shit. And she turned him down?
I think she had to poop and she wanted Taco Bell.
Oh, boy.
So if you think that ladies aren't as disgusting as...
No. I've got a... pardon me, sir. Just say that next time. Pardon me, sir. I know we're at a bar on Cinco de Mayo.
No,
enjoying each other, trying to maybe hook up and have drinks. But I'd rather go take a shit and then at Taco Bell, just in my bed or in my bathtub.
Listen, it was just taking a long time. It was a boss move on her part. She was like, I was going to, but now I'm a little bit tired. I got to shit and I want some Taco Bell. So it's just like, it was like taking forever. You're like, are you going to his house or what? Like, what is...
Yeah,
right? They were like, oh, our apartment's right over here. We're like, okay. And then it didn't happen. She's like, fuck this. And I love the confidence of a young
She's
gal
hilarious, dude.
That doesn't care.
I chatted with her yesterday. That's funny. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'll score one for her.
She's
just
great.
Deuces and then a Taco Bell.
And when she said it too, I was like,
dog.
oh, that sounds good, actually.
Yeah.
And then we all were done at that point.
Yeah.
We're like, you know what? I think I can hit the Taco Bell, right?
We were talking to Austin Talley too, the owner of WTF, when
Austin was
this
great,
all was
took
going
care of
on.
us.
This conversation of is she going, is she not going?
Yeah.
It was.
I'll tell you what.
He was very amused.
Pop on camera here because we got a bunch of people watching live. If you want to date Araceli, hit her up. You've Instagram? Pop on camera here.
Oh, God. Don't worry.
Since
ladies,
your
we're not
friend,
gonna go down
since
the
your
row.
friend kind of boned you last night, hop on camera. Just pop on in the back here, and then to the people. This is Araceli.
Look at her.
She does all of our advertising for the
gorgeous.
company. There it is. You can't hear it, but he just played you a nice jingle, very Price is Right, for the audience. If you would like to date Araceli, what's your IG? What's your thing?
Actually, I don't even know it.
You don't even know your Instagram.
It's Chelly.
Chelly?
This is Chelly?
This is Chelly.
This is Chelly? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like underscores and stuff.
A
and
bunch
there's
of
a Mexican
underscores?
flag on there.
Look
so.
for a Mexican flag and then a Mexican woman under there for this is Chelly. Some
Chelly.
form of underscore variation. If you'd like to date this fine young woman, because her friend absolutely boned
She
her
can
last
party.
night. Yeah.
She can dance.
She knows Espanol.
She's smart.
Yeah. So she'll-
Hardworking. Rich.
She'll take you to that biblioteca.
She's rich.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And don't you dare wear a boat shoe.
yeah, no boat shoes allowed, but white boat shoes matter. Thank you, Araceli. Enjoy those DMs later. I have a feeling there's going to be about 36 dick pics in under an hour, and most of them will probably be unimpressed, unimpressive.
Do you need a copy of those, Ross? I know you like to see all dick pics that
I
come to the office.
do.
All dick pics go through you.
Yeah, send them my way. I'll rate them. I'll rate them and review them. Fuck, if we did, I'll go on Patreon and do it. For real. I'll rate your cock on Patreon for,
That's the super tier.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's a $10 tier.
Yes.
We'll rate.
I'll sit there. I will sit there with pride all day, go through each and every one of your dick pics and critique it, tell you what you could do better, and then how we can learn from it and potentially move on. I think that would be a fun thing. That would be like the higher tier where it's just like, oh, this is Brian. Brian's from Illinois, the Champaign area. Brian, there's a little too much pubes here. And I'd recommend taking an inch off, and that'll give you an extra half inch down there. And then I think you're going somewhere. Also, work on that pose. Throw an elbow up. You know what I'm saying? Don't be hunched over in that dick pic. Throw an elbow up. Let them know you've style and grace when you're taking a classy dick pic like that. We should do an entire show on that.
Make sure there's a newspaper next to it because I know you're recycling your dick pics and sending them to more than one girl.
Well, now I'm not going to, we're living in the age of NFTs. NFT your own dick pic, because if you're going to recycle it that much and it's getting shared, congratulations, at the end of the month, boom, you're just getting digital fucking money that comes into that account. Yeah.
Yep.
Coinbase that shit. That'd be amazing. My God, do we just come up with a new enterprise?
Yeah, no, I think I'm marketing this right now.
Get the lawyer on the phone. Fucking trademark all dick pic NFTs right now. My God, why not make money off your own dick? It'd be great. If it's not working for you, have it actually pay for your whole house and your lifestyle. Because that's where we're headed. That's where we're headed with all this shit. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. I was at a coffee shop, and everybody's swiping through their shit real fast, and you're like, oh man, is it Tinder? Is it Grindr? I don't care how people get down. I just want you to get down, obviously, right?
Sure.
We don't kink shame on the show. Never have, never will.
Right.
More and more, when I look at people's phones, they're literally just refreshing their crypto accounts over and over again. Yeah. Because it doesn't turn off.
Right now, for sure.
Well, no, but it's 24 hours and it doesn't turn off. That's the new fucking Tinder for neckbeard dudes.
Pat's at $1.38, by the way.
Is it?
Ethereum's almost at 3,600.
Yeah.
And then, it's going to the moon.
I went in with you guys. a couple months ago, so I'm here for all of it. I'll get the Dungeons and Dragons cards, the fucking Pikachus, whatever, the weirdest shit that's making money now. I was on the Paul's Instagram, Jake or Logan.
Same thing.
Same thing. Who cares? They're both rich and they're world champion boxers now.
World champion boxers.
He was just holding 3 Pokemon cards, and he was like, this is the trilogy. It's worth $1 million, these Pokemon cards. And I was like,
first edition Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise.
My God. I mean, honestly, if we didn't have our advertiser, I'd hang myself right now just hearing that statement. I'd find a nice beam after that. How do you know that?
I grew up on Pokemon, and they're my favorite.
Yeah, that was like when we were 8.
Yep. 8 years old. 8 years old. Now you were a grown-up, and you were making millions of dollars off of your child's cards, which is a real nice thing, Japes.
Do you remember Pogs?
Whoa. Yes. Fat-ass white girls?
No, you don't. Ross, you weren't around when Pogs were out, were you? No.
Is that fat-ass white girl?
I think. But
What's a Pog? What is it?
No, I don't know. I'm too young for that. I think Ross is too young for that, too.
I don't
Pogs,
know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I still remember what they are.
No.
What are they?
No. Yeah.
You like slam them down, right?
Yeah, but you collect these little...
They're like little, they kind of look like poker chips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. No, I don't know what those are.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
will.
The make 'em ups, the sci-fi shit. I'm not into.
I always get validated in here.
I can't get into it. Like the make 'em ups and the dragons.
Whitney, see, I remember Pogs. Yeah.
When you said Pogs, my mind goes elsewhere. That goes to fat ass white girl, obviously, because that's the thing. Again, no kink shaming here, and that's what we're all into. But I never got into like the Dungeons and Dragons. Like thinking about it, none of that shit, man.
Well, it's because you're feud with Vin Diesel. He's a big Dungeons and Dragons guy.
Is he really?
Yeah, huge Dungeons and Dragons guy.
Gross. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
There's a celebrity tournament like once a year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Does he win?
It's not really a winning thing. It's more about playing the game.
Okay. It's just about having fun. Yeah. That's why I hate that bullshit.
Because it's all in your mind.
I want a winner and a loser in life. I don't want to put on a wizard hat. And
the slammer. That's right. Yeah.
I don't want to put on a wizard hat and then not win something at the end of it. Because those Dungeons and Dragons games, they play for like 30 years or something, where it's like, oh, we're still at this point, and you're like,
you did get into LARPing a little bit.
Don't even know what that is.
Didn't he LARP?
What's LARP?
LARPing is where you go to a park and then and you kind of get these Nerf or foam weapons and you act out a lot of the scenes from different movies. Giorgio's done quite a bit of LARPing in his day.
Have you really?
Oh, yes.
After college athletics, I was still, mobile and wanted to use that athletic ability somewhere, and just hitting nerds in the park with a Nerf sword just sounded like a good time.
My God, man. My God, LARPing.
LARPing at a Ren fair. That's where we met.
We have kids. Yeah. Could you imagine? You were holding a turkey leg. I was jamming you in the back with a Nerf toy.
I had the corset thing just pushing these things to my neck.
Yeah.
Yep. Real fun. It was a fun time.
Oh, because we have children.
Flower crown.
We have children.
Yeah,
how do you, like, what if that was their thing and they grow up and they're like, Dad, I'm going to LARP tonight. And you're like, what are you doing? And they come down dressed up, just chunking down the stairs, all full of armor, just super heavy and awkward.
With it. Keep them out of trouble.
I guess,
I'm telling you.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's worse,
Would you rather have that, or would you rather have him holding a skateboard with weed in his pocket?
I know, and then kicking open the door and then just blaring fucking Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue. And you're just like, oh, cool. Because that's going to be his oldies. You know, ours was like the Beatles and shit like that. Like to them, it's going to be like Motley Crue. Fuck you, Dad. I'm a rock star.
Classic rock.
Yeah, because there's
Red
no
Hot Chili
rock anymore.
Peppers
Yes.
is technically classic rock now.
Yeah. So that'll be the thing. Or does he come LARPing down the stairs in full metal outfit, and then I've got to deal with that? I don't know. I don't know what's worse. But these little made up cards with chicken heads and dog feet on them, I can't sit there and say I'm going to collect these for millions of dollars. Can't do it.
It's not really the trading card game to go into. If you want the money game, it's Magic the Gathering.
Oh, is it really?
For the long-term holding, if you really want to talk about card investments, we can do a whole show on it.
We don't. Georgie.
I'd actually prefer if we never talked about it again, like the rest of our lives.
We actually don't, but thank you.
We should put a list in front of Giorgio about things we never want to hear about the rest of our lives, and then go down there.
Yeah.
Like your tape yesterday. Don't try me. That's, same thing.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear about that the rest of my life.
Nah.
You can go ahead and cancel that.
And my soccer, and it's just all the things that I enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
We get some sponsors, Jabes, who pay for the show to be on the air. First and foremost is ghostbed.com/drinking bros. 30% off everything in the entire store right now. I just saw the Matrix 3D mattress, and I want it.
3D mattress?
3D Matrix mattress is what it's called.
Okay.
And I want all of that.
Do they have a 2D one?
No.
Just a flat piece of...
You get Keanu Reeves, pops out of the bed at the end on a hologram, says, good night, and then walks off.
Ghost Bed's really doing it.
Doing it. That's the next move. Put up your favorite hologram. Let him talk you to sleep. Hey, I am an
and
FBI
guys, fun
agent.
fact, Rich is cute.
Yes, he's going to be here. Rich Bernstein's going to be here.
Bernstein,
I'm going to get him on the
knew?
show. I'm going to put him on the show as the Drinking Bro of the Week. We've been working with those guys for 3 years. I love the mattresses and all the products. I'm going to put him on the show to show everyone. I was shocked.
Yeah.
You talk to somebody on the phone for 3 years, and you're like, man.
And you also hear the name Rich, right? Like Rich Bernstein.
It's
and I
short
only
for Richard, yeah.
have dealt with him in emails. So I'm like,
same.
okay.
I want to party. So we'll get Rich on the show. But Rich, obviously, I'm going to call you tomorrow and say I'm going to need that 3D bed. And I want the Keanu Reeves version. If that doesn't exist, let's make it happen.
Sure.
Let's make it happen.
Sure.
I want it. I want all of the things.
What are they doing
Love
right
Ghost
now?
Bed.
30% off?
30% off everything, 40% off the base. I mean, they've got deals upon deals upon deals at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. And while you're there, there's a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest on that. So if you want a nice little mattress set for yourself and your loved one, because it's recycling season, bring that X back to a nice bed, a new bed.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, just say, hey, this is how much I was thinking about you. I get rid of the old bed that I was boning the COVID girl on,
Right.
and then I've got a new one for you, so we can begin our life anew.
I love that.
A little soaking action. Maybe start with that.
I love that.
Maybe start with that. We'll see. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. Who do we got in the studio here, Araceli? Liquid IV is here. Yes. Liquid IV rep. I'm drinking it now.
We'll do a little liquid IV for you.
Best in the biz. Every single morning I have one of these. And I don't know if she knows the story, but I was finally like, dude, I literally drink this every single morning. Can they just be a sponsor on the show? It's the easiest sell in the world for me because I love this shit.
And you're always hungover.
Always hungover.
And busy.
Every single day.
Dehydrated.
Yes.
So for me, whenever I remember to drink water, I've already gone, right? If you're thirsty, it's too late, right? You're already dehydrated.
It is.
And then I'm like, okay, I need to drink this whole gallon of water. No, you can just put liquid IV in there and it will hydrate you 2 to 3 times more.
Yes.
So that you're not like chugging down once you've forgotten to drink water.
Correct.
Right?
And the president was on Drinking Bros, and I told him, I said, look, I don't tell people to go to Costco, even though you're fancy and you're in all the Costcos in America and all the Targets and all of the things. You can't get a promo code there.
No.
You can get a promo code here, Nooners, 25% off there. This is literally my lifesaver today.
Yes. And you need to do the immune support because you always get a weird summer cold.
Do you?
I do.
I don't know. But are
It's
we
the changing
past
of
the
the
colds?
season.
Like, are we past it now?
No?
Because I haven't get hit up for a flu shot anymore. I don't get those text messages from CVS. Get your flu shot. Like, it feels like all the diseases went away.
Bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So Whatever, man. I drink this every morning. Liquidiv.com, promo code Neuters, 25% off there, Jabes. And who else we got, Araceli? Who else is here today?
I just wanted to kind of give a little teaser here. We've got 2 new advertisers that are going to come on.
All right.
I want to thank our contacts here. One is on Broettes. I don't know. Can we tease that one?
Can we say the name? Can we say the name?
And another product this month. Just keep watching the Nooners. There's going to be something exciting. New company. It's a new client of theirs, and they'll be advertising on both Drinkin' Broettes and Ross Patterson Revolution.
Yes.
Perfect.
Let's party. And again, if you want to hit up Araceli in the DMs, do so. She did not have a good wing woman last night.
This is borderline problematic, and if we had HR...
We don't, though.
Who is
I'm just glad it's not me, finally.
Dan's our
Who's
there he
HR?
is, right
Dan,
there.
your
Dan's our
HR?
HR, yes.
Dan, what do you say about the situation?
Are
Go
you
take the
okay
mic.
with all this?
Dan's our HR.
We're gonna have to have a meeting later. So
We're going to have
Thank you,
to
Dan.
have
Finally.
a meeting.
Finally, he calls a meeting after all this time. It's like we've got a list of stuff that
We do,
that we
and
should talk about.
oh god, and the media is just sucking us into madness and things that don't exist, and everything else that's going on around us. This morning, there was a new study that came out. I want to know who's doing these studies. It says being touched by a robot makes people happier. Are we just kind of just ending human relationships altogether by just saying, look, can we all just shift into the robotic world?
Yeah.
Get rid of workers, have sex with them, and then keep them around, and that's all we're going to do in life?
Yeah.
Because that's kind
Dan's
of what
fine
it feels
with it.
like. Yeah, I know Dan's fine with it. But it feels like the media is kind of just pushing us that way of like, hey.
What?
Happier. Hey, you'd be happier by yourself, I think, just with a lady robot, you know? Yeah, you're just being with a normal person, I think. Happy with a little lady robot who doesn't talk back.
This is what I don't like about studies. People always say things like, "Oh, you'll be better off." Better off than what?
Yeah.
Right. That's not a
Set
measure.
the fucking standard.
Yeah. That's not a standard measurement.
Not a standard measurement.
Better than,
It's not.
happier than, yeah.
And I can't tell if they're doing it on purpose or they just need content or whatever it is,
Right.
or if they want to really push us in that direction of, hey guys, we'd really like the robots to now start taking over. So
Yeah.
here are these studies, and wouldn't you be happier with this little robot?
It's also like a little problematic that like sports teams are giving free tickets if you get a vaccination. Like
Yeah. Crazy, right?
just weird
and
little.
then there's different sections
weird
for
little
it.
incentives that make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, then there's sections for it where at the Miami Heat Stadium, they've got a whole section full of people. If you're vaccinated, you can just sit there and laugh and drink and party and all that other stuff. We're not going to be doing any of that this weekend in Dallas.
No.
60,000 people will be at that fight, the Canelo fight, and people are going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. When we were at the Kentucky Derby, seeing that many people for the first time actually partying and not worrying about anything, they're going to go nuts. And we got to see it once. We're going to get to see it again of like 60,000 people.
Right.
Who cares? You're going to see a lot of, because it's Cowboys fans, you're going to see a lot of jean shorts, a lot of people smoking cools, a lot of tank tops, and people puking outside the stadium.
I'm excited
I can't wait for all of it.
for all of it.
I am all in, and the reason why I bring that up is we're doing a live show tomorrow in Dallas at Craft and Growler at 2:30 p.m. Chuck Liddell will be there. Jesse will be there. Dan will be there. Papa Giorgio, because a lot of people haven't met you in real life, Giorgio.
I know. I try to stay pretty elusive.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the move.
but now you'll be out and about.
Drake told me that you belong to the people when you're outside, so I'm trying to live by that now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think Drake's got a point. Drake does have a point.
Yeah, Aubrey. Yeah, the homie.
Aubrey Huff. You guys bros? You call him Wheelchair Jimmy still?
Yeah, he gives me a ride in it from time to time.
I just want his album to come out. Because I think it's time, right? If we're going 60,000 people in stadiums and everything like that, let's rage.
That's right.
We need a banger of a rap album to come out. And I haven't heard one in a while. And I was thinking about this on the way over.
J. Cole just announced the release of his new album.
The release, but it's not out yet.
No, but we know what to get hyped for.
But
you can keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Is this a studio divided on J. Cole right now?
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Keep it, J. Cole.
Platinum with no features?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is he gonna talk about the girl that passed him up in high school again for the 5th album?
For the
cool.
5th album in a row. Yeah. And so here's where I'm at with that, right? I know there's J. Cole coming out, and I know there's Drake coming out. Who's going to give you the hits? Guaranteed it's going to be Drake.
Yeah.
So J. Cole, I don't know what I'm getting. He's great. I just don't know what I'm getting on every album. So find out.
Well, Drake has a formula.
I don't, and I'm fine with that formula because it is hits, and I think it's time for people to go out and rage, dance, and all that stuff. I was watching a thing yesterday on TMZ because they have the little TV show. So when you have the basic cable, you get the TV show of TMZ.
Right.
And they were talking about burying Shock G in Florida, like a private ceremony. And I was like, where was the party for Shock G? The one who put the satin on your panties. Like, where was the party for Shock G?
Right.
Digital Underground.
Right.
I threw on Humpty Dance this morning on the way here.
Good for you.
That beat, when that comes on, though, is still stops a fucking party where you're just like, you're just like, oh, shit. You're in it. He had a couple songs with Tupac, and I was like, man, he deserved more. Like, DMX got a full ride to the Barclays Center in a monster truck.
Right.
Shock G had a private ceremony. The guy who invented Humpty Dance, like, I figured it would have been like that meme with the Nigerian funeral, like, let's party. He deserved a party.
Right.
And that made me sad. Because if Shock G didn't get a party for his funeral, it means I'm not probably getting one.
No.
I'm not Shock G. I didn't create it. It's like Shock G.
But you never were.
No.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, if Shock G can't get one, what are we doing? We had the theoretical physicist on yesterday. Mr. Akaku was on yesterday. And he was talking about just how insignificant life is because it's just there's other Earths and other things, and he's Japanese, so he loved Elvis Presley, right?
Okay.
And he goes, so I go, are you telling me that Elvis Presley's still alive in another place? And he goes, oh yeah, he's there. And he goes, it could be a different version of him. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, thinner, fatter, whatever. And he goes, yeah. It depends on what time it is there, And he was talking about time and how insignificant we are. And I thought about it. Yeah.
Like parallel universes and stuff. Yeah.
And I thought about it and I was like, oh my God, dude. Yes. I'm not that important. I am not that important in this life. And if Shock G can't get I'm not getting a party funeral,
Right.
I feel like if there was one of my friends, it would probably be Jared. Jared would probably get the best funeral out of all of us.
Yes, 100%.
We would blow him up in a cannon, and it would be very
100%.
Hunter S. Thompson. But I don't think I'd get a party funeral.
No,
and that sucks. That was a hard realization yesterday on TMZ, where I was just like, oh,
yeah,
Shock G quiet funeral, and he's just no, dude. It was the Humpty Dance. The guy put a fucking fake nose on and glasses, and he doesn't get a party funeral.
Right,
man,
it's a shame.
It broke my heart, Javes.
I'm sorry for that. I hate to see you brokenhearted.
No, you just know.
Yeah.
Where you're like, man, I'm not getting that party funeral.
Sure.
Yep. The Nooners will do something for
me, yeah.
Probably for you.
Yeah.
Not for me. But I'm going to go before you, and then, Craig's probably going to try to divorce his wife and say, hey, it's Gregor's, I'm all in, let's go. But,
it's a big long joke that I don't know how it's going to work on the wedding day, but
yeah, but that was when I saw that I was like, oh man, because you work your ass off for things and you want to leave this legacy, and you think like as a kid in high school, or maybe you didn't, but a lot of people think like, oh shit, like I remember sitting at the lunch table. We were talking about like 20-year reunion, right? Mm-hmm. In high school, it's like, oh man, because some of the people were coming back for their 20-year reunion or whatever. And
right.
You're like, man, my 20th, somebody's gonna drop me off in a helicopter and a ladder. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be the man. Took a fucking limo in, Hummer, hot tub, chicks, partying, coke. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Didn't happen to any of them.
Right.
No,
I didn't think about any of that.
You didn't.
No, I learned very early on that dreams will never come true. So don't even bother.
So when you're at the high school lunchroom table with your buddy, what did you think you were gonna do? You didn't have any dreams of anything?
No, it's just easier that way.
This isn't it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is me and Dan's
And then
dream.
it's like a happy surprise, right? But if I had tried to do this, it would have never happened. Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
Maybe.
Just back your way into everything you
If I
get.
had fought my whole life, gone to school, editing, podcast, whatever, I would not be here right now.
Wait. We learned the term for this today, right? We learned the term for this morning.
Backing your way into
Oh,
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Power
Power
donkey.
It's a power donkey.
Power donkey is what it is. You're backing your way into things. You didn't have one dream, like, hey, I'm going to be a professional softball player in the Olympics or anything like that?
I just did. I was acting and playing softball.
Okay.
So
No dreams of like, I'm going to win an Oscar or anything one day. You were just acting just to do it?
yeah.
Okay. No, man, usually somebody's like, oh, rehearsing Oscar speeches. You know,
Yeah.
everybody gets up on stage and they're like, man, I used to rehearse this as a little kid in my
Oh, I was
bedroom."
never winning an Oscar. Everyone knew that I was good. But in like an indie film, understated, minimalist, Benicio del Toro type way.
That's what's in right now, though. That's in.
Yeah,
Sure,
it
but
is.
yeah, no, I was never winning anything,
All right.
right?
You never had that in your dreams?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, this has been this way forever.
Sure.
Of just like, sure,
Yeah.
what are you going to do, right? That's been my whole vibe, my whole life. What are you going to do? Maybe it'll happen. I don't know.
I had an Indian buddy who I was good friends with forever, and he was the one who was saying fucking coke and ladders and helicopters and all that shit.
Oh, okay.
And I've like oddly enough, like I've talked like this pretty much since 4th grade. I feel like I've been the same human since 4th grade.
Right.
It's just slowly growing up, and that's it. But I've had this exact same voice. I looked at him and I go, "You're gonna do none of that." And the whole table stopped with my friends, and he goes, "What do you think I'm going to do?" I was like, "Dude, you're a fucking smart Indian dude. You're going to be a doctor." And I was like, "You're still going to be rich as shit and make a bunch of money, and that's going to be rad. But
Right.
no, dude, you're not going to be the next Hugh Hefner. Like, that's not in the cards for you." I go, "You're going to be a rich doctor."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nah, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to own a magazine," whatever it was, and blah, blah, blah. Saw him at the 20-year.
Right.
He is a very rich doctor.
He's
exactly
a very
like
rich
I said.
Doctor. Yeah. So, and had he followed any kind of other dream, it wouldn't have worked out, right?
He did, though. That's the thing is like, so he went to college, he went to this party school, and then he tried out his little dream, what that was going to be.
Right.
And then afterwards, he was like, shit, I'm not that dude. I'm just going to go ahead and back it on in, go to get that medical degree and be a rich doctor, and that's what he does.
Sure.
Great life.
Great
life.
life.
Very happy. I follow on the IG and the old Facebook, and I see him and his children playing very, like they're being coached by very, very like fancy tennis coaches and stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah, so he's gonna be fun.
Good for them.
Yeah. He made it. Usually everybody's got a dream.
Yeah,
Martin
not
Luther
me.
King had one. Not you.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I was never going to change the world, and I was never going to like be rich and famous.
Well, you changed my life, Jess.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. I wonder if it's just a different generation now that you're learning things at a faster rate and whatever. Like I look at like Greta Thunberg, for example, where you're just like, what the fuck are you doing at 15 years old?
You are killing me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There was another clip that went viral yesterday. There was a kid, like long hair, kind of looked like Mitch from Dazed and Confused. You know, Mitch Kramer.
Sure.
Mitchie. He was lecturing his teacher about not teaching hard enough. I don't know if you saw this thing that went viral. And he was like, she was like, "I want you to go to the office." And he goes, "Why? Why?" It was a white kid, "Why?" "Because I want to learn." I go, "Maybe you should be more inspired to get up and teach us. Like, I want to be taught. I want to learn things." She's like, go to the office. And he's like, "No, I want to be inspired. And you're not doing it. And this is your job every day to come in here." I was like, maybe all of us wouldn't be sleeping and bored if you would just teach us. We just want to learn. And I'm like, who the fuck has ever said that in the history of man as a
Seriously,
child?
nobody
And then
does.
they broke into dance.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
right? No, it ended with her telling him to fuck off and go to the office.
Right.
And that's how he walked off. But the kid that was filming it, obviously from the desk, was like, yeah, we do want to learn. And I was like, what?
No, you don't. Don't lie.
So I wonder if it's just different where you're reading and hearing like all of these kids speaking and on the news and being fancy and all that stuff. And you're like, yeah, I'll talk like that too. Like that girl who gave the poem at the inauguration. I said live on air when we were covering that thing, I was like, dude, you're going to see this girl the rest of your life reading poems and all the things and doing all the stuff. And nobody talks like that at that age. It's just all kind of, made up, it seems, right?
Right.
What was the next thing she did? She read a poem at the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Which has never been a thing before. So you knew that was going to happen.
Sure.
So here's why I say this. Are kids more self-aware of social media, how to promote themselves and all that other stuff where it's just like, all right, maybe they all talk like that because you know you can go viral or have a video?
Maybe. Yeah.
There's been some conversations with our 7-year-old where he says things and I'm like, how do you know those sentences?
Yeah.
Who said that to you?
How have you not monetized your children at this point?
Boy, I would love to.
Very true.
They're really good looking, and that could be Jake and Logan right there, the next Paul brothers, if they wanted to, or the next Gronkowski, the youngest one.
The youngest one, yeah.
Yeah. But it's tough. That's a fine line to walk. No lie, I had this conversation with Dan the other day. Dan's like, "Why aren't you monetizing your kids?" And I was like, slippery slope at that point, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. 1800s, people have kids to tend the farm. 2021, you have kids to monetize.
Yeah.
You got to tend the farm
I like
online.
And Jesse and I have debated this as far as like Instagram goes. Because you have like DJ Khaled's kid who has like 3 or 4 million followers. He will be set for whatever he wants to do when he turns like 16 or 17.
Assad is a young king, sir. He came out as a young king. Assad. He needed an Instagram.
Assad, my son Assad. He's got producer credits on albums. No lie.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
His IMDb is thicker than mine.
And now I'm done. I was thinking for 1 second, and then I was like, nope, not going to do
And every
that.
time he has a kid, another one.
Not going to do that.
Boom. But all I kept thinking was, all right, so this kid reaches 16 or 17 years old. He'll be able to promote products like Core or whatever water company I'm drinking.
Yes.
And they're going to pay this kid.
Ryan's World. That's right, you guys.
Yeah. Ryan's World. That's the kid.
Nikki and Vlad.
that
My kids watch that.
The toys.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that the toy kid who just opens toys all day
Ryan's
long?
World, yes. And then Nikki and Vlad are, I don't know. They're foreign. It's a weird one. But they just do weird skits with their kids. Not in a
is
creepy
that the
way.
German ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are weird. Those kids are going to grow up to be real weird.
Who was the child rapper that was responsible for 9/11? There's a whole conspiracy with that.
Oh, yeah. The child rapper. Kidding. It's not a real thing.
Got it.
Not a real thing.
That was the sound of our monetization leaving?
It is a thing, yeah. It is a thing.
Yeah. It's one of those things, though. It is a great debate where you're like, hey, are you setting your kids up for life by doing it? And I don't have the answers. I've seen friends of ours promote their children, their like babies' Instagram.
No.
I'm not going to say who, but I've seen it. And I'm like, oh, well, that's weird.
You can
That's
tell me off air.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Oh, I definitely will. If you don't know, I will definitely tell you off air. Because it was
promoting their babies.
The child looked 1 year old, I think, and I was just like, oh.
Okay.
You've got baby. The baby had his own Instagram at 1, and I was like, am I doing this wrong, or what do we do here?
Got it.
Yeah, and the kid, not that cute, and I was just like, is anybody gonna say anything?
No, you can't.
They're gonna go over to the baby's Instagram now and say, "Ugly, you suck, baby." Like, how does that? Are you allowed to leave comments like that?
Chubby? Are they chubby?
No. Not chubby, just not good looking.
All babies are ugly.
That's true.
And that's true. And that's why we didn't.
At 1 year old, though, you should start to be a little
yes.
cute.
So you can post at 1, and when they're a newborn, that in-between time is weird because they're switching faces and all that other stuff. And you're like, is it me? Is it her? Is it me? Is it her? And all that other stuff. But yeah, man, the kid was not. And I was like, "Are you trying like putting him in and putting the kid in like little model clothes? Like he's gonna be some little model?" And I'm like, "No, not that one. That's not the one you're hoping for."
Wow.
Because then you're setting him up for a life of disappointment. Of where you look back when we had Matthew McConaughey on the show, and he was telling us a story about how his mom lied about
him winning
Mr. Little Texas.
Mr. Little Texas, right? Or Little Mr. Texas?
Whatever it was. And,
it was great, whatever it was.
And
then
like you didn't find out till years later that she just said, "Well, you were the best looking, so yeah, you deserved it."
I mean, he was,
and he still is,
and still is,
and still is.
God.
Do we give him an honorary Mr. Little Texas? Did they come back? Does the organization come back? And
Yeah, I think they
told
did,
him,
didn't they?
I told
something
him.
like
I said,
that.
"Look, you earned it, man." I'm like,
Oh, for sure.
You've definitely, because some of the Instagram feeds I follow, like they'll pop up his fraternity composite picture. Mm-hmm. I mean, just so goddamn pimpy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I was watching Tom Segura yesterday, your mom's house, and they were talking about how great looking Brad Pitt is.
Yeah.
Which we've said on the show a million times. You're like, Jesus Christ,
Sure,
man.
it's not a unique opinion. It's like
Not at all.
right.
But it's the age that they're at and still doing it like that, where you just feel like a piece of shit. So relate this back to when you're kids, right? If your mom put you in little modeling clothes at 1, got you your own Instagram, told you were going to be a big old star, and then you grew up and you were just a fat piece of shit, right?
Right.
You never really did anything.
Right.
You're going to hate your mom the rest of your life for starting
It's like
on
naming
Instagram.
your kid Axel or something. Like they have to be cool. Right? It's a lot of pressure. Remember our friend Legend?
Yeah.
They named their fucking kid Legend.
Yes.
How are you going to live up to that?
I don't know.
why did it take you so long to get out of California? You had friends naming their children Legend.
I know. Legend, Axel,
Another state.
Ryder.
Shockingly, it was in North Carolina. Another state, yeah. But I was just, you hear this and you're just like, oh my God, dude. So yeah, this kid, I think he's going to be in for a world of pain where, you can't say you're great looking growing up. We never tell our children that.
No.
Hey, you're a great looking child. Never say that.
No.
Just say, hey, you're very smart, or you're, the normal things, and then let the world figure it out after that.
Right.
Whether or not they're good looking.
I mean, nothing's better than a person who doesn't know they're good looking.
Absolutely.
Like that's
No. It's true.
Speaking of World of Pain, May 10th, our favorite couple will be here.
Who?
Officially moved in.
Ah!
The Seguras.
Really?
May 10th.
It's in like
Stalker time.
4 days.
Yes.
Stalker time. Restraining order.
He was just on Joey Diaz's podcast. It was a little pre-recorded, so he was like given all the dates of when he'd be places, and he said all of a sudden May 10th we'll be in the new house.
Look at that. So my dream in this world, the reason why Giorgio brings that up, I've said this endless times. I just want Jesse and Christina P. to host a show together about moms.
Right.
And then I will never have to work again. You will never see me again. And it'll be the greatest thing. Happy to stay at home and just write books. And you go and gallivant around the town with your new bestie and make us all just rich, just disgustingly rich. I think I've always been really good at pairing up talent. I think it's the greatest combo you could possibly put together in the podcasting world. It is you and her, and that would fucking destroy everything on air, and it would be great.
Again, like we're starting the stalking process.
Yes, I'm
Giorgio's
putting it out into the
gonna
world.
Get some intel. I'm gonna get a restraining order.
Yeah.
and
I'll
then
be
that'll
outside
be
their
like
house.
a fun thing to talk about on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Be like, remember when I stalked you and you were all creeped out?
And we could play this
And
clip.
here we are now.
I
We're
know.
friends.
We're
Yeah,
bros, dude.
I'm sure that's how it works.
We're
Especially
Mark
with
dogs.
Moms with 2 kids, like they get real cool with stalkers and like end up being friends.
You guys have that conversation over a jailhouse phone?
Yeah.
Between them.
Yeah.
You guys, as Marg dogs, you're Marg dogs, dude. Just going out on Cinco together.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that stuff. Man.
Yo, yeah.
So if they're here on the 10th, we got to make this happen. I will make this happen.
I think it will, but it's
I think
gonna
I'll make this
be
happen.
it's gonna be a long game. Okay. So we need to be patient. We need to do it in the right way.
No, Jesse, I know, all right?
you know what about
Come
being
on,
patient?
dude.
I doubt it.
Yes.
I fucking doubt it,
I'm
dude.
super patient.
Super patient.
I love,
very calm.
No, I'm kidding. But it really would be the greatest duo in podcast history. I don't want to see it happen. It's the same way with fights and all this other shit that we talk about on sports. Like, you want to see the best of the best go together and see how massive it would be. Like, let's see it happen. I think that'd be great.
Nate Diaz is out for UFC 262, unfortunately.
Really?
Him and Leon Edwards pushed back to 263.
Do you guys even want to go then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
but I mean, the Chandler fight's still on.
Chandler fight's still on, and we get to see Tony Ferguson probably lose his last fight in the UFC.
Gotcha.
So,
Probably.
So we're sending them to we're sending our employees to UFC 262 in Houston.
Okay.
And I believe you guys are doing a live show from Houston, so the people will be there. I just want to make sure. Well, let the people know you guys are still going. Okay.
we're going to be there doing a live show. We'll probably have a little Icebreakers crossover pod, hopefully.
Be great.
While we're there. So, it'll be a good old time.
Press in the flesh. Pressing the flesh. Jabes.
Yes.
I love the sweater you put on today. Very
Thank
Laverne
you.
and Shirley. What does it say?
Summer vibes.
Summer vibes.
I kind of just like the colors. I don't love when like things are written on shirts. It's so dumb. Yoga time. Now coffee.
yeah, okay,
Don't talk
yeah.
to me unless I had my coffee. Or whatever.
I can't
But
stand to see
first
that.
things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
summer vibes, but I like just the color combination more than anything.
A salmon on like a nice off-white is just a go-to,
mean,
especially
isn't
with
it?
that with your color and the hair and just.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's nice, Jabes. You look lovely today.
Thanks.
You look lovely today.
Thank you so much.
You're your best self. If I don't say so myself, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Really doing it. Really doing it. Come on out, kids. Tomorrow, 2:30, Dallas, Craft and Growler live show. We will all be there. Will we be sober? That will be the question. Pretty
sir.
sure we know the answer. I'm 3/4 of a mimosa down. So
And then join me and Jack on the Patreon.
yes, at
4.
nights. By the way, yes.
Yeah, we're going
Oh,
early.
that's right.
On the
Going
Jack
4.
Sesh on
Beautiful.
Patreon, Drinking Bros podcast Patreon, and there will be a Ross Patterson Uncirced podcast episode uploading here in about an hour, I would say. So that'll be going out to the world as well. Plenty of content. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to recycle girlfriends. You can just come here. You can just come here every day.
And it's like a warm hug.
Yeah, it's always a warm hug.
And if you need your dick pic rated, me and Ross will set up that website,
Yep.
and it'll be a $5 for a dick rating. Me and Ross together, combo action.
Go. We'll set that up on Patreon as a tier, and I'll do a full show rating dick pics for sure. Very skilled at it. Very skilled at it. As always, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a review. Actually, do it, please. That's the only thing that people care about in this world for whatever reason, and it helps keep us on the charts week after week. We love you. We appreciate you tuning in with us every Tuesday and Thursday. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.